Hi guys, welcome to DSA in Telugu YouTube channel. In this video, let's try to understand A2A protocol. In previous video, I explained RAG model and what is MCP, and I explained what are the A agents and components of A agents. In this video, let's try to understand what is A2A protocol. So simply, A2A protocol is agent to agent protocol. Okay. So with this name, we can able to understand that this protocol helps one agent to communicate with the other agent. So before trying to understand this A2A protocol, let's try to understand what is A agent. What is an A agent? So A agent is a autonomous program which is able to perform a task which is assigned by a user, and it has a greater ability to think and perform some actions on behalf of user autonomously, and it has a good decision making capabilities as well. So this is what an A agent is. So an agent has some components in it like model, which is LLM, or any model which has thinking capability. It's like a human brain for a program. So with this model, it can able to think or understand any problem which user gave, and it can query the other tools like weather APIs, and can query these APIs to get the data and show that to the user. So generally, these AI agents, as of now, the AI agents are built around the existing services like Weather API or any booking agents APIs. So what actually this agents will do by contacting this Weather APIs is, so suppose in our case Weather API, it gives some weather data of a state like Texas. It is able to provide that weather environment information, right? So by having a so without this model, how we can interact with the weather API? So we have to hit the weather API, getter API or setter API, right? Generally, we will use getter APIs. So we will try to hit the weather API like get underscore weather, and we'll pass state information as a parameter, right? So this is how we are trying to contact and service through an API programmatically. So with the help of this model, the traditional way of contacting to services will be eliminated, and we can directly communicate to this model in a natural language or English, like get me the weather details of Texas. If we contact this model with this with our natural language, then model has this capability to check with other APIs or tools which it has interacted with, like Weather API, and it tries to create a payload which the Weather API is required, like the parameter which API required is state information, and it tries to call this Weather API with the information like Texas. So now it will get the weather information, and model knows the information, and it tries to interpret and summarize that in a natural language way to the user. So this is what an agent is. So basically, an agent has model, tools, and user conversation details as well. So this is what an agent is. So it is able to perform any task independent of the user autonomously, and it has good decision making capabilities. So similar to the weather API, sorry, weather agent, we can have different agents, right? Like suppose some of the flight booking agencies or flight booking services can create their own flight booking agents. Like suppose this is a flight booking agent, okay, and we can have weather agent, and we can have a hotel agent. Suppose this hotel agent was created by Oyo. So Oyo has some APIs internal APIs. So this agent will communicate with this internal APIs to get the hotel reservation information, and flight booking like Air India can expose their agent, which are built on top of their uh, flight APIs, flight booking APIs, and weather API. As we had seen, it also built on top of weather API. So each individual agent has their own tools which are not exposed to the outside world, but they want to expose the agents to the outside world. So now the main catch here is how these agents able to communicate with each other. So why agents need to communicate? So since every service which you are trying to access, we are able to, or user able to access them in a natural language way, why can't we engage the all the agents and do our task easily? Like if you want to if you're planning for a trip to any Goa or Mumbai, then why can't we communicate with all these agents and do our tasks easily? If I'm trying to plan a trip or to go to Goa, then I want to first see flight bookings, then hotel reservations, and first I need to check the weather condition. So these I want to interact with three services or three agents here. In general, we can call each and every agents in general in programmatical way. We can call each and every APIs and can build some orchestration layer around these APIs to get our task done. But since we have an agent for each of the service, why can't we interact with this agent in a simple natural English language? So that's where the limitation here, like how we can interact with all these agents. So if I built an agent, my agent, what my agent will do is, so my agent has to do uh, my agent has to plan a tour for me, and based on the weather conditions, based on the flight and hotel, and it should book everything on behalf of me. How my agent is able to communicate with all of this agents? So there are many difficulties, like there are so as of now each agent is not exposed to outside world to speak with other agents, right? So there should be a common medium between all these agents to communicate each other. So that's where this A2A protocol comes into picture. So that's why we call this A2A as an agent to agent protocol. And hotel agent, flight agent, and weather agent can communicate with my agent and can able to book or plan a tour for me. So that's where this A2A protocol comes into picture, which is agent to agent. Now, what exactly needed by all these agents to communicate each other? What exactly needed? First thing, agent should interact with other agent, right? Or this agent should interact with my agent. So these two should share a common communication protocol. In general, APIs have their two APIs. If they want to interact, they have a common communication protocol, which is nothing but HTTP. So based on this protocol, they are able to interact. So in our case, like if our agent to agents in should interact, then there should be a communication protocol. So first, what we need, a communication protocol. Okay, now we have a communication protocol, suppose, and how should my agent know about other agent? Like how my agent knows that this is an hotel agent? So there should be a discovery mechanism. Okay. Next is, so these two agents will decide on a task. Like every agent should perform one task, right? So they should decide on a task, and my agent should track, or the other agent like hotel management agent should provide the task status, like what is the status of the task, how, whether the booking is in progress, whether it is being stuck, or is it executing in the background. So basically we need a task so that they can interact with each other, and we need to have a task management also here. So what we need, task and task management. Next thing what we needed is, so these agents, sometimes agent are not freely available, just like APIs sometimes need some APIs need authentication mechanism to interact, right? So similarly here, uh, we need to have authentication mechanism and the type of execution, like suppose here the hotel agent can execute in background, or hotel agent can execute the things in the background, and my agent should wait until that task gets completed. So we need to have some asynchronous nature, right? So async nature should be supportable, like this A2A protocol provides this information. And next, so we have many things. One more important thing is data type. So not every agent uh, provide the output in the text format. Some agents can provide output in the PDF, or uh, some agents can provide images. Suppose if an agent just provides the financial information of a particular year, then the ability of that agent should, I mean, it should provide some Excel sheet or PDF right at the end. So that's why we need a data type. So these are the common solutions which this A2A protocol will provide. So basically, what exactly the diagram will look like is, suppose we have hotel reservation agent and we have flight booking reservation agent and weather agent. Here comes my agent. Okay. Now this protocol, A2A protocol, is a wrapper around this each agent, so that this this A2A protocol takes the job to communicate with the agent and respond back to the other agent. So that's what this A2A protocol will do. As the video is getting lengthy, I want to split this video into two parts. This is the first part which we are saying. In the first part, we had seen what are AI agents, what is A2A protocol, how this A2A protocol helps AI agents for communication, and with example we had seen like how this communication is helpful, and we had seen what are the solutions of A2A protocol and what are the characteristics it provides. In the part 2, let's see how each characteristics work and how this is helpful for AI agents for communication.